Okay, we have looked at the first section of counseling in the church. Now, the second type of counseling that we have in the church is counseling for spiritual problems. Now, this is a deep field that should be prospected only by the very matured Christian with a calling in that area. If you look at the scriptures, Mark 11:27b and 28 said, the chief priest and the scribes and the elders, they came to him and they began saying to him, that's to my Lord, by what authority are you doing these things? Who gave you this authority to do these things? Now, I will say that if my Lord allowed himself to be questioned about his authority to do what he did, you and I should not be too concerned that people may want to ask us what authority are we using to engage with our community. Now, if you go to Acts chapter 19 verse 15, we see a very unique story of the sons of Cephas. Acts chapter 19 verse 15, when they tried to cast out an evil spirit with somebody that has a spiritual problem, and the spirits in the fellow said, look, Jesus I know, Paul I know, but who are you? Now, and the spirit tore their dresses and beat them up and chased them out. Now, this is a clear warning to us that it is not all so-called social problem that is social. There are actually certain problems that look social, but they are definitely and strongly spiritual problems. So when you get into counseling for spiritual purposes, you're getting into a very deep waters. And I am putting it out there that we need wisdom to engage in this context. The last point is when you counseling for spiritual problems. If you look at Jude chapter 1 verse 8 and verse 9, Jude chapter 1 verse 8 and verse 9, he said, yet in the same way these men also by dreaming defile the flesh, reject authority, and revile angelic majesties. But Michael the archangel, when he disputed with the devil and argued about the body of Moses, did not dare pronounce against him a railing judgment, but said, the Lord rebuke you. Now, that passage is showing us something very critical. And the thing that is showing us is that, when it comes to counseling for spiritual purposes, you must be clear under whose authority you are operating. Now, a rebellious person must be very careful because you can get into a lot of problem. Because demons cannot be casting out demons. And a lot of the so-called spiritual problem have their root in demonic sources. I would like us to pause a minute here and ask ourselves, how will we help those with such problem in our community?